You know when you reach that age where everyone and their mother won't shut up about their credit scores, yet it seems like no one really understands what's so special about those 3 random numbers? That's because credit scores are meaningless, unless you have Credit Karma to show you how to use them. We use those 3 random numbers, plus your financial profile, to help you find your next opportunity. Like a more rewarding credit card, a game plan that helps you pay down debt faster, or a personal loan to help you save more on interest payments each month. Cha-ching! Download Intuit Credit Karma today to get started.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network. You can follow us on our YouTube channel as well, at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. I'll be joined occasionally by my football gurus, Paul and Ian. Let's get to it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I've had a night to sleep on this Rams 20-15 win over the Raiders. I'm not going to go through a complete recap of all the action like I usually do, but I will call out my Fearsome Four Big Plays, hand out some game balls, and talk a little bit more about this game. And Paul and I posted our post-game reaction on the YouTube channel and the podcast. Hopefully you caught that. I'll just be adding a little bit more detail, hopefully a little more context to this 20-15 win that got the Rams to 2-4. Rams started slowly on offense. Well, that would be an understatement, really. Aside from Brock Bowers, the Raiders couldn't do much either, though. And then the tide started to swing. The Rams defense made a couple of plays. Rams offense cashed in on a couple of them, and then the Rams held on. Much more stressful than us Ram fans deserve, but hey, we'll take it. A little bit of progress on defense and our offense just holding it together until the reinforcements arrive, which could come at least a little bit anyways this coming Thursday against the Vikings. Pretty uninspiring effort on the offensive side of the ball. Rams had 114 yards of offense in the first half, finished with 259 yards of offense. But this game may have been more about our defense stepping up some big-time stops and some big-time plays. Early on, the big plays were going the Raiders' way. That big third down conversion to Brock Bowers, that 4th-and-1 stop by the Raiders' defense. But it all changed on that horrible play by Minshew and the Kobe Durant interception, which led to the Rams' first TD. They led 7-3 after that, and then it was Durant again with the pressure, fumble by Minshew, and the scoop and score by Cameron Curl. Rams go up 14-3, and then they give up that late field goal, 14-6 at halftime. Those are obviously my Fearsome Four Big Plays 1 and 2. Kobe Durant involved in both of them. The interception and then the hit on Minshew that led to the scoop and score. Fearsome Big Play number 3, another interception, this one by Jalen McCullough, his first of the day. He'd have another one later. That led to the Rams' first touchdown of the second half, and that missed point after. Man, I had a feeling that was going to come back and bite us. Rams led 20-6, and then 20-9, and then 20-12. And then with about 3.5 minutes left, 3rd and goal from the Rams 4, Gardner Minshew hits Brock Bowers, and Quentin Lake makes the tackle. What a great tackle. That set up a 4th and 4, and then an ensuing penalty. Raiders had to settle for their final field goal. And, if Quentin Lake doesn't make that tackle, isn't in position to make that tackle, this game may have been headed to overtime. And yes, that is my fearsome big play number 4, that big tackle by Quentin Lake. A few other plays worth mentioning. How about Xavier Smith down to the 1 on that end around? Man, he looked fast. I haven't seen a Rams wide receiver on that play move that fast, that quick in a while. And then Tyler Johnson with a big 37-yard catch and run. Didn't really lead to anything because we did end up missing the field goal there, but it was nice to see him contributing in that way. And how about Kyron's stiff arm run there to pick up the first down late in the game? That was nice to see. Man, he is a relentless runner. And then, of course, Jalen McCullough's second interception to close things out. Let's go through some team stats. The Raiders actually won the battle of time possession, 33 minutes and 48 seconds to the Rams 26 minutes 12 seconds. Raiders had more first downs, 20 to 15, and more total yards, 317 to 259, and more passing yards, 206 to 154, and more rushing yards, 122 to 115. Raiders did turn the ball over 4 times. Rams turned the ball over once. Seems to be a theme here in Ram games. The team that wins the statistical battle doesn't necessarily win the game. It really comes down to devastating splash plays, turnovers, and the like. Until now, the Rams have been on the losing end of those games. One finally breaks their way. Player stats, Stafford 14 of 23 for 154 yards. No TDs, stuck on 3 TDs on the season, 1 interception. Kyron Williams, 22 rushes for 76 yards and 2 TDs. Tyler Johnson was the Rams' leading receiver, 4 catches for 57 yards. Tutu Atwell, 6 catches for 51 yards. Had 2 interceptions by McCullough, 1 by Durant. Xavier Smith ended up with 2 carries for 30 yards. And our tight ends, 3 catches for a combined 37 yards, 2 by Parkinson, 1 by Hunter Long. Demarcus Robinson limited to 1 catch for 9 yards. On the defensive side, you know who led the team in tackles? Quentin Lake. 9 total tackles. Cameron Curl had 7. We had the sacks by Hoyt and Durant, but man, it seemed like Jared Verse was in that backfield all day long. Troy Reeder had 5 tackles and 4 assists. He was right there with Quentin Lake. And Brennan Jackson gets his first stat of the year, his first action of the year, as far as I can remember. I believe he's been inactive every week until now. The rookie outside linebacker edge rusher had his first tackle as an NFL player. Good to see him get on the field finally. For the Raiders, we knew it was going to be a problem, and it was. Brock Bowers, 10 catches for 93 yards. A lot of that seemed to come early. Don't have the breakdown first half versus second half. Their running back Madison, 23 carries for 92 yards. Madison also had 3 catches. The Raider wide receivers, Tucker, Bryant, and Turner combined for 7 catches. The Raiders got to Stafford just one time. That was Max Crosby. So who are my players of the game? Well, I'm going to start with Jared Verse, and the entire defensive front really did a pretty good job. Other than a couple of runs, 12, 13-yard runs, that sort of thing, did a pretty good job stifling the Raiders' run attack and really brought the pressure all game long. Just had the 2 sacks by Durant and Michael Hoyt, but it seemed like our guys were in their face, forcing Minshew, after he had replaced Aidan O'Connell, to roll left, roll right, basically run for his life and force some mistakes there. And making his presence known in that effort, Michael Hoyt really flashed a couple of times this game. Jalen McCullough, man, I hope Cam Kinchins ends up being a solid draft pick, but until that time, we can find some solace in the fact that Jalen McCullough looks like a player at the safety position. Quentin Lake, man, he is a ferocious tackler. I feel like he's the leader of this defense, and he is, in fact, our leading tackler and showed up again today a couple of times. Cameron Curl, big play from the safety position. We've been waiting for that from him. And very quiet but excellent efforts by Darius Williams and Akilla Witherspoon. Didn't hear much from these Raider wide receivers. Witherspoon had an incredible breakup. I was scared for a moment there. And Christian Roseboom, pretty solid game from the inside linebacker position. Came up and made some tackles. And, it wasn't necessarily a Pro Bowl effort, but given what we've seen up to this point, got to call out a good effort by Christian Roseboom. And Kyron Williams, does that guy have a nose for the end zone or what? We just need to get him the ball more, really do, especially against the Vikings. Need to eat up some clock, beat the Vikings on the ground as best we can. And Kobe Durant. Did I say Kobe Durant yet? 2 big plays from Kobe Durant. Are there areas of concern? Well, heck yeah. I thought we had a kicker. Now the Cardi party is slowly starting to break up. A missed point after and a missed short field goal. He makes those 2 kicks, and this game is over halfway through the 4th quarter. Not sure what the Rams are going to do there. He's a rookie. He's a young kicker. Maybe we just show some patience, and hopefully he turns it around. Left guard, Logan Bruss gets benched. Justin Dedich comes in. Rookie out of USC, undrafted free agent. And it was not a good day for Justin. Now, if Joe Noteboom is healthy, he may come in and hopefully solve that problem. And the play calling, still some concerns there. I wasn't the only one that was surprised to see the Rams a little pass happy at the beginning, but we were able to convert in the red zone on the ground. So that's a big step in the right direction. And overall, the offense, it's still just missing some juice, missing some tempo. It's missing something. That something might be number 10, who comes back Thursday. He's obviously going to help a lot. And I think when we get Steve Avila and or Jonah Jackson back, this offense will really start to tick. And Puka Nacua, of course. But hopefully we can get a couple of W's in the meantime. Enough of the downer stuff. There's plenty to be excited about. 2-4 after all we've been through as Ram fans. Should still be 3-3 actually. But you have to be a little happy about that. And is this defense starting to figure it out? Starting to gain a personality? 4 takeaways. I screwed up on the post-game reaction. Thought we only had 3, but I forgot about the fumble. 3 interceptions and a fumble. 4 takeaways. Plus 3 in the turnover differential. Something we haven't seen from this Rams team very often recently. This defense continues to bring the pressure, relentless pressure, still not getting the sack numbers that we'd like, but forcing mistakes by the opposing offense. Get through some snap counts here. The entire offensive line went the entire 55 snaps. No one missed a single snap. Demarcus Robinson and Tyler Johnson, 50 snaps apiece. That's 91%. Tutu Atwell, 7 last, 78%. The tight ends, Parkinson, 35 snaps, Long, 16, Allen, 12, from which we can deduce 8 snaps out of 12 personnel. A couple of them were the kneel downs at the end there. Jordan Whittington, only 9 snaps, and Blake Corum, 6. Xavier Smith had a very impactful 5 snaps. I don't think Whittington had a target, was in there for blocking situations only. I saw him take the field for that 3rd down play, the screen to Tutu. Should have guessed that they were going to run a play out there with Whittington leading the way blocking. On the defensive side, nothing really stands out other than Brennan Jackson's 9 snaps, Cameron Kitchens just 2 snaps. Gallimore outsnapped Bobby Brown 35-32. Josh Wallace 39 snaps, and Jalen McCullough, much like Xavier Smith on the offensive side, a very impactful 18 snaps. 18 snaps, 2 interceptions, not a bad day of work. The only 3 defenders out there for every snap, Quentin Lake, Cameron Curl, and Darius Williams. So the Rams, 2-4, the 5-1 Vikings coming to town. Rams are 3-point underdogs from what I saw. Rams have a shot here. And how awesome would it be if the Rams got to 3-4? They'd be in the hunt for a divisional title. And you know what? Even if they lose, they're not out of it. But a win would be awfully sweet. We'll be back Wednesday night with our roundtable. We'll try to focus mostly on this Vikings game, one day out by the time we get to the roundtable, and we'll look back one more time on this game, and Paul and Ian will have some additional thoughts on player performances by then, I'm sure. That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.